Yo, Spark Twain here. Yo. So I didn't record a video yesterday and put it up on YouTube, and today I'm just gonna do a quick one, like short and sweet. This is the story. I write a daily blog at asmr.community to help individuals with addiction recovery. Now that blog is going to keep being produced. Writing is easy for me, and I love it. I love to write. I really do. You know, now that it's like, I was not sure for a long time because I love to make rap music and I love a lot of things. But now that I've been doing it for a while, and even recently, I can tell it's like, no, that daily blog is coming out every day. I can't make any promises about these videos. Absolutely didn't even think about recording this video yesterday at all. I was just so caught up in the good vibes. I'm 2.25 years, 2.5 years sober from alcohol. July 4th, 2018 is when I celebrate. I had my last drink 12 days before that, but I don't celebrate the last drink I had. I celebrate the first time I turned alcohol down and then continued to do that, you know? And it was like I drank on June 22nd, and then July 4th came around, and it was like I was at a party and people were drinking, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna have a drink today. Like, I want one, but I'm not gonna have one. And that's been going strong since July 4th, 2018, you know? But yesterday I didn't even think about recording the video. So if you're showing up for these videos every day, I apologize. But the YouTube format for me is different than the writing format. And that's why I'm here. I'm saying this because I'm making a very strong effort to be open. I honestly believe that my writing can help individuals with addiction recovery because I'm living it. I don't really know how yet exactly, but I'm like just trying to get the vibes up. Like back when I was in my deepest, darkest times, I mean, you might know what that's like. I'm talking to the hardcore addicts, you know, and even if you just got some problems, alcohol has seeped its way into your life, or hard drugs has seeped its way into your life, and you're like having a tough time, you lost your job, or you maybe lost your kids or your house, you know, these kinds of things never happened to me. I almost lost my life more than once, and so that's like that was what happened to me, you know. So does my story speak to everyone? I'm not too sure, but I can tell you for sure every single day at asmr.community. I'm on that website 8 a.m. I'm trying to get way better at publishing it exactly at 8 a.m. Sometimes it's been 8:15 or 8:30 if I have some thoughts because I write it in the morning. Wake up at 5 a.m., make coffee. Every day I put a video of myself making this coffee on my Instagram now. And just for fun, you know. Make the coffee, drink the coffee, write the article, publish it. I'm trying to get better at doing it the night before, but then I recently implemented these videos. Like, okay, I'm gonna start doing the videos, but the truth is, I'm at a stage in my recovery where I'm looking for other things now. I'm like trying to meet a girl. Like, I've been single for a while now, and that's hard for me. Like, I was in one long-term relationship, and then immediately I jumped into another one, and now I've been single for a while. I won't even tell you the last time I had sex. It's embarrassing. It is extraordinarily hard for me to talk to girls I find attractive to the point where I can't do it. That's the end of the story. Like, I can't drink alcohol, and I can't talk to girls that I think are attractive. And only one of those things is killing me right now. And I'm really working to fix that. So that's what I'm working on in my personal life. So when you're not seeing these videos, you can find the blog. The blog will be there. That is what I do. I write. I try so hard to be on YouTube, and honestly, it's two reasons. One, people consume YouTube more often, and I want people, you know, I'm trying to build a name off this so I can make a career out of it, but I'm also multifaceted. Like, I do a lot of things. I own more than one website, and I write more than one blog, although the other one is kind of a personal blog, and then I'm selling tie-dye shirts now. I don't have any sitting close to me right here, but I'm selling tie-dye shirts now. You can find those asmr.community/shop or sparktwain.com/shop or twainstiedye.com. The one that middle website I listed is like my personal blog, and that shop might change a little bit. It might end up being like cannabis paraphernalia on that website. And so these are things I talk about openly, like don't drink alcohol anymore. I don't do heroin. I don't smoke crack, and I don't smoke meth, which are 100% all things that I've tried. I haven't really had a significant problem with some of them, but other ones like I have. And especially like alcohol was like years long. I suffered with an alcohol problem for years, and some alcoholism is a disease, but it's not. I am now under the conclusion. I've concluded this, talked to many people, and I'm like, this is what I believe. I came to this conclusion on my own, and then I started hearing it places. Maybe I had heard it before, but I wasn't, my mind wasn't open to the idea. But it's like, there is another problem in your life. If you have a serious alcohol addiction like I had, there's probably something going on in the background. Depression, boredom, a lack of education, so you haven't figured out how to really live your life properly, which is maybe what I'm trying to get people to do the best. Like, I'm out here in Florida and I'm starting to do, like, I rap, I make rap music. And there's these other people around here and they're hitting the stage every night, and I'm really good at what I do. Like, I've known that for a long time. Like, I never receive reactions like when I rap. It's just like everybody just stops what they're doing. It's insane. It's a good reaction, but it was really intimidating for a long time. I'd be like in a group with like 5 or 6 people and they'd be spitting some raps, and then I'd go and it's just dead silence. I'm like, did I like offend someone? They're like, no, bro, that was just really good and we're not going after that. I'm like, okay. Like, it took me a while to become who I am, so I'm really interested in that. And that's the thing I'm following. So if you're like, and I think that's one of the reasons I drank, is because I was like not very comfortable with being my full self. Like, I'm intimidating in the way of how I move forward. Like, I'm buying a website, writing a daily blog. I own 36 websites. And, some of them I'm not doing much with. I just own the site. Just because you can buy land doesn't mean you have to build anything on it yet. Websites are not that expensive. And now I'm trying to work on my music career, which is something for like a long time. I'll tell you the God honest truth. And I remember when Mac Miller came out, and I was like, this guy's my competition. Like, I'm rapping at least as good as this guy, but this guy's my competition. And I remember thinking in my head, like, man, but if I got famous like him, I would die of a drug overdose, because like I'd be getting high all the time, and then I just would be able to afford it. Like, it would just be every day. I never put a needle in my body. Every day I would be like, sniffing drugs, and one day I would sniff drugs for the final time because my tolerance would build and build and build. With smoking weed, you can't really overdose like that, So now, and I remember thinking, if I was like, got as popular as Mac Miller, I would die of an overdose. And he died of an overdose. I'm pretty sure that's how he died. And that's probably going to sound egotistical to a lot of people, but I definitely think that I am like his equal, but not his equal as far as hard work and persistence and living his best life. I mean, that guy knew what he was doing. He from the get-go, he did what I thought about doing. I sat at home and drank alcohol and thought about doing that, and people would tell me like, oh, you could definitely pursue that if you wanted, and I never did because I have stage fright. I have a hard time talking to girls I find attractive. That's a huge problem I'm trying to overcome. So what am I doing? I'm coming on YouTube and I'm telling you the truth. I'm talking to you truthfully. I write the daily blog. I mean, if you like these videos, you absolutely 100% have to drop a comment, because I need encouragement with these. The blog, I don't need any encouragement. I'm gonna keep writing that. Drop it. If you read the blog and you want more out of the blog, you drop a comment. You'd be like, oh, you write about this. I'd love if you focused more on this aspect, or if you have questions, you can ask them like, oh, dude, I've got this problem. Drop it in the comments, and I will do my best to answer it on the ASMR Daily, which is just what I call that portion of the website, because I am planning to do more things with the website than strictly an addiction recovery blog, and that's big plan. So I'm working on me so hard that all I can do is document what I'm doing, show it to you, and hope to inspire you as somebody who's, stuck. A stuck individual. Maybe you're stuck with addiction, or you're just stuck in a different kind of way. Me personally, alcoholism and smoking weed. I smoke weed every day. I'm not smoking weed today because I don't have any money. I'm pretty heavily invested in the business that I'm doing, to the point where it's like, okay, I see that I'm going to like run out of money, so I stop spending it on weed, and it is tough. It is really tough. But I don't go out and drink alcohol, because that's like, I'm just not doing that. That's the bottom line. You just put your Nikes on and you just do it. And a lot of people aren't going to like to hear that, but it's like, That's how I've been sober since July 4th of 2018, and I've never gone to one AA meeting that entire time. Not one meeting, never. Not my thing, you know. Watched ASMR videos, did a lot of. I went to India. I left the United States for the first time, and I flew to India in November of 2018. And then I traveled Thailand and Laos and Vietnam, and then I came back. I lived in San Francisco. I quit drinking. I worked in a hostel for 11 months, 4 months in Seattle, 7 months in San Francisco. Then I got blackout drunk at the hostel and got fired and kicked out. They were like, you got 24 hours to leave. And I'm like, I'm not even from San Francisco. So I spent some time sleeping outside. But then I also like kind of moved in with this girl who lived with their parents, you know. But it changed my life because I stopped drinking while I was like kind of at her house a lot. I'd spend about 50% of my time at hostels, like paying to stay because I got another job, and then 50% of my time sleeping at this girl's house. And then overall, I only spent like 15, 19 days outside, you know. But the hostels were $60 a night, so I'm getting off work at 3 in the morning, and I'm looking at this park bench. I'm like, I got to be back at work at 10. Do I really want to spend $60 to go rest my head for 5 hours? Like, nah. If I can sleep here, I'm practically making $10 an hour. So I would just rest my head on the park bench and then go back to work, you know. And I didn't go to any meetings. You know, those are the things I did. Those are the things that kept me sober. Money, my quest for monetization, my quest to be a writer is also driving me. You can't just make stuff and keep it in your house like the guy, like John Kennedy Toole, I'm sorry. You can't just write stuff and keep it in your house like John Kennedy Toole. You got to get that stuff out there. It's really important, especially with the internet. It is so much easier than it's ever been in history to produce and show content to other people and inspire people. That's what I'm trying to do, you know. But if you like these videos and if they're helping you, definitely please leave a comment and like the video, because I need to know that I'm helping people, or eventually I'm going to probably fall off of making these videos. And I don't want to. I mean, I'm going to try so hard not to. Again, not feeling bad about it because I write the blog every day. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to keep that up for years, maybe the rest of my life. I'm not sure. But every day I write that blog post. And that's like, I enjoy it. I enjoy it more than these videos. I'm enjoying this, but I've been shown throughout my life that nobody watches my videos. I've recorded a lot of them and I put them all on YouTube, and it's just like nobody's watching them. So it's disheartening, you know. But with the writing, I just feel different. It's a different thing, and I'm like, no, people are going to read this. But with the videos, I don't have confidence that people are going to watch these. I'd love it if you did, and if you do watch it, you got to let me know that you enjoyed it. And share it, you know, if you know other people. That's another thing. I'm trying to start open conversations about addiction. One of the things about my blog is it's like I want you to have the knowledge and the tools. If you see your friend is having an addiction problem, you can approach them. A lot of my friends approached me with the problem. You have this problem, but they had no solution to propose. So I try to propose solutions on my blog, like, hey, you know, I know you got a problem. Have you ever tried this ASMR thing? At least read this blog. This guy, like, he used to drink, and I'm telling you, bro, you're drinking too much. It's bothering me how much you're drinking. Just read the blog and send this guy a message and tell him I told you this. Be like, you know, my friend came to me and told me I was drinking too much, and he recommended your blog, and I went, so I'm dropping something in the contact form right now, and, you know, here's my situation. I do drink, you know, 7 days a week, but I don't start drinking until after 5 p.m., and I haven't felt like it interfered with my life, but I have had people telling me that it's changing who I am, so I'd love if you could cover a topic like that on your blog. Boom, or in a video. I will exactly do that because I know how to talk about those things. I'm confident talking about who I am and what I've done and how you can live your best life by being yourself. I really believe that these words have the ability to help people, but the problem is reaching people, and so I'm spending all my time reaching people. And I'm trying to meet a girl because I am pretty lonely, and loneliness hurts. I had to figure myself out first. Like, for a long time, it was like, I got this girlfriend, and it was like kind of, you know, I am addicted to love. There is no doubt about that. My girlfriends, you know, in the past, and I've gone other periods where I didn't talk to women for a long period of time, and that just is not a fun thing for me. So that's like a problem I'm trying to solve. It is a problem that I can't talk to people that I want to talk to. I end up getting sucked into conversations, and I'm sitting here like talking to this person for a long time because they started talking to me, and I'm like, I don't really want to be talking to this girl. I want to be talking to that girl. And that girl's over there looking at me, but I'm scared to talk to her. And I'm a full-grown man. I'm 28. I'll be 30 soon. And I have been through some shit. And I should be able to talk to girls easily. I'm planning to get on a stage and rap, and I am confident that I could hype up a crowd of 100,000 people. I have no doubt in my mind. You put me in front of the less people, the harder it is. 1,500 people, I'm like, that's a vibe I can get behind. You know, I have no doubt I can move a crowd of 1,500 people. When you get me in front of like 25 to 50 people, it's kind of like nerve-wracking because I really vibe off the emotions of the crowd. So if the crowd is anything like the people who listen to my rap music, they're standing there listening to the words instead of dancing, it's kind of tough for me. I'm like, oh shit, you know. But so that's what I'm working on. I mean, in my free time, I'm really working on, I write my blog, and then I'm trying to network, and I'm down here in Southwest Florida trying to make more music. I mean, if I make a successful rap song, I can bring people into my blog, which is another thing. And it's easy for me. It's like, takes 3 hours of my day, and if I can help people, fuck, man. My life is tough. And it's not getting any easier, even though I want to tell you that it is. I mean, I quit drinking, you know, like over 2 years ago, and it's like still tough. There was some really beautiful times in between when I quit and now. But right now, you know, I'm like, it's like watch my website climb. It goes down, it goes back up. Like I'm in a down right now, but not even close to like what it was like when I was drinking every day. I have my functions. I have myself. I'm going 7 days without smoking weed and just continuing on doing what I'm doing. I write my daily blog. I don't go drink alcohol. I try and network. It's just like a little more taxing on the mind. And it's like, I'm not that happy sometimes during the week, but I try so hard to keep my vibes up, you know. And I really think that I'm not feeling guilty about I need a girl in my life. Like, I've always say that, like, you got to be secure with yourself before you bring someone else into your life. Otherwise, it's not all that healthy, you know. If you're like, I need a girlfriend to be happy, I need a boyfriend to be happy, then maybe you're not, misery loves company. You got to be careful of that. You got to be careful that you're not a miserable person trying to bring in company to that. But I'm at the point where it's like, nah, I ebb and flow. Like, I know my vibes are good, you know, and I just like, I'm trying to meet someone. So I'm spending all my time doing that, and I can't feel bad about it. I can't feel like I should be giving more time to the viewers here when I need to work on myself. Like, my sobriety is important to me, and happiness is important to me. You know, at the end of the day, like, I'd rather live my best life and be happy, you know, than people watch this video. Because you only live once, you know. Man, I could put all these videos on and nobody's ever watching them. The blog, I just do the blog. But the videos, you know, so I'm focusing on me. I'm going to try and keep putting these videos online as often as possible. Like, look, I was like, all right, I'm just going to record a quick 3 or 4 minutes. We're 20 minutes into this. So it is easy for me to turn the video on and talk. But my vibes aren't super up right now. And I don't want to bring your vibes down because my vibes ain't as high as they can be, you know. But, so that's what I'm doing. I'm spending time trying to meet people and network and getting outside of my comfort zone and doing some things that I've always known I wanted to do, but I wasn't able to because my addictions got in the way. But, I mean, damn, if I become a rock star, I'm not going to overdose and die. End of story. It's just like, anything's possible. Never say never. But it's like, the chances are, compared to like almost 100%, now it's almost 0%. You know, I mean, never say never, but I am very confident in my sobriety. Like, nah, whatever I'm working towards, once I achieve it, and I'm working to have money. I mean, money was what stood in the way of me for a long. Money's what stands in the way of me smoking weed, you know. And that's the thing I've had to work on. But it's nice to know that I can go 7 days without smoking weed and still get work done. And but if I have it, I smoke it. But then again, looking for somebody else to kind of like, teamwork makes the dream work. So this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm telling you. You got to focus on being you. But if you are in a situation where you're addicted to hard drugs and alcohol, you got to get ready for the slow road out of that. You know, it was like I realized I had a problem in 2013, and it wasn't until 2015 where I really started to like not drink every day. It would be like, all right, I drink it on the weekends just because it's like all week it would just be so tough for me to put it off, but I would just power through it, you know, and I didn't go to AA meetings. I would just power through it. You know, I'd smoke weed and I'd go on super long walks all the time. I mean, I would just walk for like 4 or 5 or 8 hours a day sometimes, just walking around listening to music, you know, and rapping. I'd rap, freestyle rap in my head while I'm listening to music. So if you were into art or sports or, you know, I mean, going for it, exercise is key. Have you ever seen my shoulder? It is messed up. I can't do yoga. This happened 11 days after I turned 21. If you can do yoga, start doing that right now. I mean, if you're like sitting watching this video and you're looking at that bottle and you haven't had your first drink of the day, I'm not going to tell you to throw the bottle in the garbage. You know you should do that, but it's stressful. After I quit drinking, I would keep a bottle of alcohol in the house just in case I needed it, and I would go weeks without touching it. You know, I would like have it there for weeks and 3 months and not touch that bottle of alcohol in the same room that I used to drink a handle in every 2 days. I guess that's an important part of how I got out of that, you know, and going on walks, do yoga. I mean, do yoga. Do not sleep on yoga. Go find a video on YouTube, Yoga with Adriene, but there's a lot of other ones, but she's the biggest one, Yoga with Adriene. You go, you practice what she's doing, just do yoga back to back. You know, keep your mind busy and practice living your best life and follow your goddamn dreams, because you are not your addiction, but you do have an addiction, or you're just watching this video to better yourself in a different way, but like everybody's addicted to something and got these things going on. So I'm glad that I did record this video today, and I am going to do my absolute best to keep recording these. But definitely, I'd love it if you help to keep me encouraged by dropping a comment and liking the video and subscribing and checking out the blog at asmr.community. And I love you, and I'll talk to you next time.